Breaking news. Wager Detective is quickly becoming a superstar on the rise, thanks to his unmatched analytical skills and powerful personal brand. Wager Detective's approach to solving complex cases is redefining the industry.
Okay, folks, we're going to cap this game, Blue Jays and the Rays, August 18th, 2026. Let's get into it. The Blue Jays, 61-65 on the year. They're 28-32 on the road. This team is playing better baseball over their last 9, where they're 6-3. We look at what they've done. They took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. They took 3 out of 4 from Boston. And then the last 2 of the series with Philadelphia split. They're hitting the ball better. They're starting to heat up. They're starting to look like that team last year. They went on that run to make the playoffs. When we look at them in their last 9 games, the Blue Jays are 6-3. +3 run differential, and they're scoring 4 runs a game to 3.67 for their opponents, and they're batting .248 over their last 9 games. But we look at them over their last 3 games, batting .253 with runners in scoring position. They're batting .250, but over their last 9, the Blue Jays .298 with runners in scoring position, looking pretty good. They're actually looking better over their last 9 games, scoring 4 runs a game. So this Blue Jay team heating up, 6-3 last 9, +3 run differential. And you look at some of these players on their team: Clement, Okamoto, Guerrero, Jimenez, Springer. Varsho no longer there. They still got Lukes. They got Kirk. I like this team. Clement leading the team in batting average, .281. Okamoto leading the team in home runs with 24. And Okamoto leading the team in RBIs with 71. So they got a split attack there with what they're doing. I like to see Springer and Guerrero start heating up. It's going to give this team even more chance to play better and win these games late. And if you look at them on the road this year, they are 28-32, scoring 4 runs a game, 8 hits a game, a little under a home run a game, batting .241 on the road this year with a 29% on-base percentage. If you look at them against right-handed hitting, 2.94 runs a game, 6 hits a game, and 0.71 home runs a game, batting a little better, 25% hit rate against right-handed pitching. So, and the on-base percentage goes up to 31% against right-handed pitching. So not bad. If you look at them, the Blue Jays slightly stronger overall against right-handed pitching, while their road split produces more runs and hits per game. So when we look at them, Blue Jays since July, they're 21-19, scoring 3.7 runs a game, almost 8 hits a game, 3/4 of a home run a game, .234 batting average, 29% on-base percentage, and offensive profile, again, 21-19, decent runs per game and hits per game. You like to see the home runs go up. And maybe that could happen here against the Rays. They're going to be facing Nick Martinez today. He's having a fantastic year, 36-year-old, 12-3 record, 2.74 ERA, 78 strikeouts, and a 1.09 whip. This guy just does not walk batters at all, hardly ever, and a 2.74 ERA, fantastic. When we look at him on the year again, 12-3, 138 innings pitched, giving up 8.5 hits per 9. A little over a home run a 9, only walking 20 batters this year, and a 1.09 whip. So the thing that stands out to me, he pitches with command. He doesn't have overpowering stuff. He doesn't walk guys. The whip is low, and giving up only 8.5 hits per 9 is solid with a 2.74 ERA. In his last 5 starts, his team is 4-1 with a +16 run differential, scoring 5.4 runs a game to 2.2 against. When we look at pitching, 32 2/3 with a 3.03 ERA in his last 5 starts, 1.38 home runs per 9, only striking out 4.41 batters per 9. The wins came against the Athletics, Rockies, Guardians, and the Blue Jays. So the Blue Jays will be looking for a get back here, and the one loss was against the White Sox in his last 5. But 4-1 in his last 5 starts for the Rays when Martinez starts. Now, when we look at home splits, he is 7-2 at home this year, 70 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 8.7 hits per 9, 3.31 ERA at home this year. He's given up 1.27 home runs per 9, 1.4 walks per 9, fantastic. Teams are batting .253 against him at home this year. He's only striking out 5.3 batters per 9. Again, the thing that stands out is the walks. He's got good command, and he's 7-2. They're hitting for him when he's at home this year. So when you look at those numbers, you start to say, wow, this kid is pretty good, having a great year. When we look against left-handed bats or right-handed bats, left-handers or right-handed bats hitting .271 against them, left-handers hitting .232. And if we look at the OPS, .676, .671 for left-handed, so pretty even there. And then On-base percentage, right-handers getting on about 30%, and left-handers getting on about 27% on-base percentage. So pretty solid numbers. We've seen a lot more left-handed bats in this profile. Last 9 for the Rays, 6-3, plus 11 run differential, scoring 6 runs a game to 4.78. In their last 9, they're batting .299 with 282 runners in scoring position. We look at the last 3 games, they're batting .294 with a 286 percentage with runners in scoring position. So 6-3, doing really, really good in their last 9, plus 11 run differential, scoring 6 runs a game for the Rays. If we look at what the Rays are this year, 75-49, 42-21 at home this year. This team is primed, man. They got one of the best managers in baseball. I love Kevin Cash. I think he's one of the best managers, top 3 in my opinion. He's got this team playing well. They're not a power hitting team. They're a team that strings hits along and finds ways to get on base. They're plus 53 in the run differential department, but you look at the Yankees in Boston and even the Detroit and Boston, both these teams, they can put up runs very, very fast, but the Rays are 7-3 in their last 10, looking good heading into this one. We look at the home splits for the Rays, 41-21, scoring 4.4 runs a game, 8.5 hits, a little more than a home run a game, batting .264 at home this year, getting on base 33% of the time. Against right-handed pitching, which we'll see in Soriano today, 3.27 runs a game, 6.6 hits a game, and a little less than a home run a game. And I don't think they're going to see a home run today against Soriano. And on-base percentage, 34% against right-handed pitching. That could be help them out because Soriano does like to walk a lot of guys, but he doesn't give up home runs and he doesn't give up hits. As we get into the split, again, Rays looking pretty good at home this year, scoring 4.4 runs per game and a record of 41-21. Again, a solid team looking to make the playoffs, which they will. And if we look at who they got on their team, you got Caminero, you got Diaz, Arenado, Simpson, Mullins. Simpson leading the team in batting average, 309. You look at home runs, Caminero, 35. Caminero leading the team in RBIs as well. Love this team. And again, we look at the Rays, 41-21 at home, and just got solid guys. You got Walls, you got Mullins, Simpson, Arenado, Diaz, Caminero. They got a bunch of guys. They just don't hit for a lot of power. As you can see there, they got the one guy with 35 home runs, and then they go away. But Simpson, with the stolen bases there, leads the team there. We look at them in the last 9. They're looking solid. They took 2 out. I think they swept the Mariners there. They swept the Athletics, and then they came back home and lost 3 out of 4 to Baltimore. And then they won the series finale 7-6 yesterday. So they could be tired heading into this one. We look at it at home this year, like we said, for the Rays, 41-21. Last 9 games side by side, both these teams 6-3. Rays are plus 11. Run differential, the Blue Jays are plus 3. If we look at runs per game, Rays 6 runs per game to the Blue Jays 4. Runs against, 4.78 against the Rays in their last 9, 3.67 for the Blue Jays. And we look at the average over their last 9, 299 to 248 for the Blue Jays. And runners in scoring position, Blue Jays 298 over their last 9 and the Rays 282. So both these teams hitting with runners in scoring position. I think the big variable here is Blue Jays had off yesterday. The Rays are still continuing this homestand. They look to be slowing up where they lost 3 out of 4 to the last 4 to the Blue Jays. So again, Rays better plus run differential. And if we look at the home and roads for both these teams, again, Rays 41-21, Blue Jays 28-32. Rays scoring 4.4 runs per game at home this year to 4 runs per game on the road for the Blue Jays. Home runs, look at hits are pretty much the same, 8.53 for the Rays, 8.35 for the Blue Jays. Batting average, Rays 264 at home, the Blue Jays 241 on the road. And on-base percentage, 33% for the Rays at home, 29% for the Blue Jays on the road. So, and the OPS, 757 for the Rays at home, 669 for the Blue Jays on the road. These are all verified numbers. This is all edited, guys. Don't think anything twice about it. The wager detective made sure he got every numbers correct. You find anything that's off, let me know. It takes me about 2 hours to put all this together. Now, if we look at who the Rays are going to be seeing, that's Jose Soriano, 27-year-old, 9-6 record, 3.16 ERA, 134 strikeouts with a 1.25 whip. The big concern is we'll see here, Soriano walks could be a problem. And that's the only problem for this guy. He's got a 9-6 record on the year. 133 and 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits per 9, giving up less than a home run per 9. Look at the walks, 4.18 walks per 9 this year with a 1.25 whip, and teams are batting 201 against him. He's got swing and miss stuff with 9 strikeouts per 9. All those metrics look good. The only thing that always stands out when I cap Soriano is the walks. Again, 4.1, 4.2 walks per 9 this season in 133 and 2/3 innings pitched. So this guy's solid, man. Good pitcher. Came over from the Athletics. He's pitched 2 games with the Blue Jays. Last 5 starts, 27 and 2/3, giving up 6.5 hits per 9. He's got a 2.28 ERA over his last 5 starts. Only given up 1 home run in his last 5 starts. His strikeouts have gone down to 6.18 strikeouts per 9, but the walks are still there. They've come down a little bit, 3.58 walks per 9. 4-1 record in his last 5 starts for his teams. Red Sox, Phillies, Giants, and Cardinals were the wins, and the loss came against the Twins. So some pretty stiff competition in there, some pretty good bats that he's seen. A lot more power than what he's going to see tonight in the Red Sox and Phillies. And, but when we look at Soriano day and night, he's 5-1 during the day. He's 4-5 at night. He's got more pitches, more innings pitched at night. 89 innings, 3.44 ERA, giving up about 7 hits a game, less than a home run per 9. But the walks in night games, 4.55 per 9 in those 89 innings pitched. And we look at the strikeouts, 9.61 strikeouts per 9. Teams only hitting 211 against him. So when you look at that, the only thing that is concern to me in this game is the walks. If you can limit the walks, this guy's going to have a fantastic game, I do believe. If you catch the Rays in a spot where they're just not playing well over their last 4 games, maybe tiring out. The Blue Jays have a little bit of rest. As we mentioned, the Rays are coming into this one still at home, but also continuing without rest. When we look at Soriano versus left-handed and right-handed bats, he's seen left-handers a little bit more. Teams hitting right-handers hitting 198 against him. On-base percentage, 29% against right-handed bats. And we look at the home runs, he's given up more to left-handed bats, but he's seen them a little bit more. The slugs higher against left-handed bats, and the batting average is higher versus left-handed bats. And he's got the same amount of strikeouts versus left-handed bats and right-handed bats. So it just shows that he is tougher on right-handed bats considerably in all metrics here. And I would expect the Rays to counter that. So Jose Soriano, 2-0 record in dome games in 3 starts, 26 and 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 4.7 hits per 9, a 1.69 ERA in dome games, dome settings. He's given up, again, 3.71 walks per 9, striking out 8.4 batters per 9. Again, a 2-0 record in domes in 3 starts, 1.6.9 ERA for Soriano, and allowing fewer than 5 hits per 9 innings. Very, very solid. Strikeout rate, solid as well. This kid pitches well in the domes, and that's where he'll be tonight in Tampa Bay. And we look at Tampa Bay. Look at Tampa Bay loading up the left-handed hitters against them. Arenado, Hicks, Simpson, Mesa, Mullins, Palacios. And Wall's a switch hitter. And then you look at what they're throwing against Martinez, Lukes. I don't see in the expected lineup, I don't see Guerrero in there. But when we look at the bullpens, I think this is a big part of this. This is the last week metrics of what they've done in the last week, ERA and innings, number of pitches. They haven't pitched yesterday because they had the day off, so they're way more fresher than what we're going to see from them. I don't think you're going to see Waldron in there. Hasn't done good in an inning and a third of an inning. When we look at the Rays here, the Rays, Boozer pitched 34 pitches yesterday. Wells and Kelly, 18 pitches apiece. Baker with 21 pitches. If we see anyone coming out first out of the bullpen, it's going to be Matz. But you look at this team, they're absolutely cooked. They're the 23rd best bullpen in baseball with a 4.35 ERA. The Rays are. The Blue Jays, much better. They're 5th best in baseball with Varland as their closer. Blue Jays have the clear advantage in bullpen in this particular spot and over the course of the year. Guys, if I'm looking at this game, I'm going to take a chance with the Blue Jays because the only thing I'm concerned with the Blue Jays is the fact that Soriano giving up the walks. But outside of that, I like the value with them. I like the situational aspect of the Blue Jays having off yesterday. If I had to look at an over-under on this game, I would lean under in this game. So that's going to be my call. So I like that. I like the Blue Jays on the money line. I like this game to go over 7.5. I think once we see the Rays bullpen get in there, I think the Blue Jays could open up. I'm not saying that Soriano is going to necessarily shut down this Rays team, but if he limits the walks, we've seen his numbers, what he does in the dome. But I think I like the Blue Jays to win this game. I think they can win by 1.5 runs, but I'm going to take them on the money line. So that's my stronger play here. Wager Detective calling the Blue Jays on the money line plus 118, and then this game to sneak over that 7.5. This is Wager Detective. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to get better every day at what I do with this. I love all my fans out there, present and future, and I'll talk to you soon. Let's go Blue Jays.
Be sure to follow Wager Detective on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.